Hey guys, welcome to the infamous Sylvia channel. Hey Timothy, hey Aretha, I'm sorry. Hey Shannon, hey Alicia, Angela, I can't see. Hey Raquel, hey Perspective Me. Hello everybody. Just hold on a second. I gotta make a phone call. Hold on. Hey Denver, hey Kimberly, hello everybody. I I'm just waiting for my girl here, Tanya, and she's going to do my reading, help me out a little bit. Hey Carmen, the reason why I'm here, we don't have any R. Kelly update news or anything right now, but what we do have is the sentencing that is coming up for this week for Michael Williams. As you guys could remember, Michael Williams was the one that was charged with put putting the car on fire, who they claim was Azariel, which actuality was um, Angelo's car. Him and Angelo had some sort of dispute, but they turn around, put this case as part of Robert Sylvester Kelly. So this week is at the actual sentencing, and I wanted to share with you guys the sentencing guideline, what they saying, and just to bring you guys up to breath how tricky and conniving the government can be. So I'm just waiting for my co-host. I think I need to put the link in, huh? Don't y'all think I need to put the link in? I did put the link in. Hey, Ivan. Hey, Bree. So, hey, Dawn. How are you? Good afternoon. So I'm waiting for her to come in, and I am going to show you the document. Hold on a second. Let me go back here. Um, okay. They have the sentencing memorandum, and then we're gonna go in to the actual sentencing itself. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to download this so I can show you guys this, and Tanya's going to read it. There she is. One second. Hold on a second. Hey, Tanya, check the message that I just put there. Save it. Yeah, I just changed the name. I just need you to put another one. Hold on, okay. Just one second, guys. Just one second. How's everybody doing? How's your Sunday? Hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday afternoon. I know a lot of guys are watching the football game. And when I used to work at the stadium, that was my routine every Sunday, watching those games and being a cheer person, not a cheerleader, but cheering the team on, which they're not my team. I just work there. No, the pick. The pick, not the name. The pick. Just hold on, guys. Hold on, hold on, hold on. So I guess let me see what you guys are saying. It's about messages in here. Hello. Yeah, that's Cash Jones' cousin. Cash Jones' cousin, the one that they put with Robert's case. Mhm. I'm gonna put it up for you guys. His hearing is on the 17th, but it's not by telephone, it's in person, so we won't be able to listen, and that sucks. But anyway, once they put the stuff up, I'm gonna go in and get it, right? So you was hoping to catch the back channel. What happened with the back channel? Something gone? Something's gone from it? What happened with the back channel? Uh, okay, you purge later on. Right now, we're gonna go watch the live. The Chief and the Raiders are playing now. Okay, even though he doesn't know him or met him. Yeah. No, he does not know him. Absolutely not. No, he does not know him at all. All right, that's a good one. I didn't know you was a Delta girl. I didn't know you was a Delta.
Yes, ma'am.
My sister's a Delta, and that's who I was gonna pledge if I was gonna pledge. But I'm a me five me.
Well, I'll make you an honorary.
Oh, you're so sweet. Are you
Hmm.
active? Wait a minute, are you active? Okay, I need to know if you're an active person or not, because
I am
no,
very active.
my girlfriend tried to get me to do the graduate chapter, for people that's in had graduate school. But I was
Hmm.
like, how much does it cost? They was telling me I was like, oh no, never mind.
Yes, yes, I love it. Such a great
I but
sisterhood.
I do if I was to be one, and
Hmm.
I still think about it, I would definitely do Delta because my sister's been a
Yes,
Delta, since high school and stuff. So shout out to the
yeah,
Deltas. Nothing wrong with the
yeah.
AKAs, but the Deltas where my heart is at. Sorry, guys. Delta
I was
all the
gonna say
way.
something. Yeah, Delta all the way.
Yeah, sorry, guys. That's just me. I'm a me five me, but
Yes,
if I was gonna be a something, it would be a Delta. Not because
yes.
my sister, because I see the work that the Deltas do.
We do a lot.
Yeah, no shades to the other ones.
No
I just know
shade.
more.
No
I just
shade.
I just know more about the Deltas. So
No
that shout out
shade.
to my sister sorors. Shout out to you,
Thank you.
Missy.
Thank you.
Um. Anyway, thank you so much as usual for being there for me. Um. There you go, starting up again to my Illuminati. Oh, stop it, dude. Stop. Okay. So I was telling them that we're gonna be reading the motion recommendation from the government in regarding to Mr. Michael William, and I was giving them a little background on who Michael William is. Michael William is the cousin of Cash Jones. If you guys have seen her, she was in my back channel a couple of weeks ago, and she's the one that the Timothy Savage claimed that was Robert's PR person when in actuality she was supposed to have been his PR person. She's the one who wrote that fictional book, which a lot of them has been using stuff from it. I'm talking about as far as since the court itself. But I think she took a couple of information and mixed it into her own and made it her own book. She took different books that she has read, got some ideas of some similar situation, and put it in a fictional book. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, Miss Pooch 4560. I can concur with you. I concur wholeheartedly. I am too sick of the bull crap-a-lappy crap. For real, for real. It's sickening that they will do stuff, but you know what? When you have the government think they God, but you know what? We know who is higher than the government, the Almighty. So that's why we have to stay on our knees for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. We see God moving. If you guys haven't seen the interview that his brother did, it is something worthwhile to see. I still am showing it in the comfort of my home to people through my own meetup type of thing because with social distancing we can't have parties like we used to have in people's homes, so we do the parties like watch parties from the internet. So I was sharing it with others, and I will continue to share with you guys those who are interested in. But the reason why I'm saying that, because the haters, y'all. The haters will hate. That's their job. That's who makes me greater than I am. That's who has made my channel grow, because the more they hate on me, the more God blesses me. So the Almighty God has been blessing me tremendously. So the more they hate, the more God blesses me. So I'm saying all that because they turned around. They were on another channel, and they started posting that I was charging for you guys to view the interview with Mr. Carly and Tasha K. And I'm shouting out Tasha K because it is her content, so I have to give her a shout out because I did have the private viewing on my personal inside. I didn't do it on my channel because I know she was gonna strike me, so I did it on inside, and which I paid for it, and I viewed it. The reason why I viewed it is because it is it's only right that um his supporters, his fan have the opportunity to see stuff in the positive light for him. Okay. So many people are making money off the backs of this man
And
while
they
he is
all
in prison.
know, yeah, and if they were real true supporters, they should know he doesn't like all this confusion, I'm sure. It's just too much, right? It's too
Hmm.
much.
That's right. But as I was saying, is that it's only right that we show the positive light on what's happening. And I'm not trying to dog her out, but I'm trying to be honest, and I'm telling you how I feel about the whole thing, what she did. She was a contributor of what happened to Robert because she took her big platform on the YouTube street and spreaded so much lies about this man, so many lies about him. And us being supporters have small platform, and we try to push positivity, the positive light of this man here has done so much good, but the only thing they do is magnify some false information, lies, and I can give you proof of the lies, okay, on this man, and they sold it. She helped spread it. Now she's trying to undo the damage she has done, but then she's not doing it on a large platform. And I know she probably has people listening to my commentary right now, but I'm just telling you stuff from the heart. You know, do what's right. Right your wrong. You caused a lot of hurt for this man. You took people's lives, did not vet them, did not get the right information, and you spreaded it. And now you're trying to backpedal. And I'm not trying to, dog you out, because thank God that God has given you a heart to change and try to do what is right. But I just pray that it's not a day late, a dollar short. And and I was saying all of this to tell you that they was reaching out to Tasha K's group, telling her to get an attorney to try to sue me for doing a private viewing of the interview. But here's the deal. I am protected by the Fair Act use, and that is that I can show um, anything in the privacy of my home, which because of COVID, I am in the privacy of my home, showing to a few people that I wish to show this information to and have a discussion. We discuss this afterwards, right? We discuss what has happened and what the brother is saying. And in her own website it says share. And that's what I'm doing. I'm sharing. So and I have not made a dollar out of it because I'm the type of person, I'm a giver, right? I'm a giver. And so I have no problem sharing it with you guys. And that's why I say anybody who's wanting to watch it, I've showed it several times already, and I will do it after this live because it's only right. It's only right that she do the right thing and put it out because you have it on your page to make money. So why not put it to the public now instead of trying to get as much money from it? Do what's right. Do what is right. Do what's right. And I did pay. I did give my money for showing it, but do what's right. Put it out to the public. Let the world see it. Because you're still going to get money on YouTube itself. Do what's right, Tasha K. And God is going to bless you on your case because you know you have a case coming up. So the only way you would want God to have mercy on you on your case, you have mercy on the man that you brought down. Okay? I hope whoever is that's watching my channel will go back and tell her that, okay? Because you have to do what is right.
I purchased a prescription after that.
I
So,
know because you guys watched it with me. I went in and saw
yes.
it. Yeah. And
Yeah. So,
Tiffany says the same thing. She went and purchased a prescription subscription. So you're not being cheated, Tasha. It's just there are people who don't have that ability or access to be able to watch it. And
or
so,
funds.
funds, you give them that opportunity. I just
Hmm.
ask you just to do what's right. And I know you have people watching in my channel because those people who send you messages, I was not stealing anything of yours. I did not steal it because I purchased it. But like they do, like when we have like watch parties, and back in the days when you have a sporting event, you have a party and you pay for that pay-per-view, and you have a whole bunch of people in your house to watch it. That's the way we did it. Okay, so. I just pray that God will move and mightily in Robert's appeal process, because I believe God is going to do it. And I thank God for his brother coming out. A lot of people have issues with him, and I you know what, I agree with you 1,000% on that, because let me tell you something. He should have did it before Robert got convicted. He should have got on that witness stand and been there for his brother, especially from what I've heard from the interview of what he said. Like he said that the tapes wasn't the brother, and that was, and he didn't have sex and have a baby with his niece. That there was people that was doing things in the camp. Why didn't you not go and testify for your brother? You would have been a perfect witness because you not only related to him, you saw everything that was going on. You could have been a character witness because you known him from the time he was a young boy, just like you was. This is the problem I have with Carrie, and I'm not trying to bash him, but I'm just being honest.
Can I
Why do
ask you
you?
this?
Hmm?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go
No, I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead. My question is, why do you wait till your brother is convicted, facing several years in jail, for you to come out and do an interview? Not that you didn't even go in talk to him before all of this happened. He was in jail for almost 3 years before you decided to do an interview to try to make things right. This is what
I
I'm saying, and I'm not
mhm.
bashing you, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying you are his brother.
I
You're
was
his
gonna
brother. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, so did the so was he could he have asked or was he asked to testify? So
I don't know.
how
But my
yeah.
thing is, I don't know if he was asked, and I don't know, but I know he wasn't on the witness stand. I know there was a friend of his, Roberts, that came on the witness stand. I know there was no family member that stood in that witness stand for him. That's what I know. And especially if he was doing tours from 1996, according to his interview, to 2006, that was the time frame that they have been um, saying this stuff happened to his brother. Why did you not go and be a witness for him? That's what I'm saying. And I'm not bashing, and trust me, y'all, I am not bashing. But why do you wait till your brother has been convicted for you to come out and do an interview, and not gone to the attorneys and say, here, I'm here for my brother and I want to help my brother? That's all I'm saying. And I understand you say God, um, you know, it it doesn't matter what other people think, and you're right, it doesn't matter what other people think, but then you also know there's another case coming up. I hope that you are contacting those attorneys now and say, I want to be on that witness stand for my brother, no matter what it takes. And you say, if you persecute, you'll persecute yourself. So then get on that witness stand and tell the truth. Get on that witness stand and tell the truth, because you say you're telling your truth. God, Robert has another case. You need to be one of those as a witness for him right now. No matter what's going on with your life, you need to be a witness for your brother. It's all wonderful for you to do a interview with Tasha K, but where the rubber meet the road is when you go into that courtroom and stand there and be your brother's witness, and be there for your brother. You are your brother's keeper. Go ahead, Miss Jones.
No, 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 no. I was just wanting to know if he even if there was an option or did he ask or did the attorneys ask him to be a witness to his
No.
brother?
But Miss Pooch, I want to say something about this whole jail thing. They used Demetrius as a witness, and Demetrius lived in jail. He was the biggest crook ever. He was one of the star witnesses for the government. So that's all I'm saying. If you want true redemption, go and be that witness on your brother for your brother in that stand. Even if they don't believe you, go there and be a witness for your brother. Because you said you're telling the truth, right? So I always have my soap opera going on, don't I, y'all? All right, here we go. This is what we're doing here. We're about to show you. They're now for sure releasing him. Watch, Mac, Mac, woo, Mac David, hallelujah. You see what he just said? Mac Davis, I salute you on that one.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah, this is the case that connected him with Chris, you're right. This is the case. So, guys, I'm going to give you a little rundown. Okay. All right, here we go. Because, you guys, I told y'all, no matter what, I am bringing y'all updated information. Whatever I have, I will bring it to you guys. And all those, my haters, Watch me work. And anybody who still wants to do the watch the live the what's the name, the interview, just email me after this. I'm gonna show another viewing. Okay. Take notes too. Okay. Take notes. All right, because we're gonna discuss it. Samantha, you are so welcome, sweetie. You are so welcome. All right, let's do this. Anybody, please put my email address out there for those who wants to see it afterwards, okay? All right, here we go. I'm going to show you the link. This is why they call me a troublemaker, y'all. But I don't
Stop
care.
causing trouble.
I know I'm always causing trouble for something, right? Okay, here we go. Hate me, but I'm going to do what is right. Oh, hold on, y'all. I got the wrong one up. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, hold on. There we go. We got the right one up now. Hold on. This is a letter written to the government for recommendation. You're welcome, Mina. This is a letter written for recommendation for not Robert, for Michael Williams. And then as I mentioned before, Michael Williams was the man that did the burning up of Angelo Carr, but then they put it as Azriel. You see, these people, man, do some crooked crap. But to all my new viewers who are here, please share, please like, and please let whatever we're doing here go further out so those who don't know will know what's happening. Okay? Now, Tanya is going to read the letter, and then we're going to discuss what was sent as recommendation from the government to on Michael Williams' case. And we could just start from and Judge Donnelly.
Can you guys hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Dear Judge Donnelly, the government respectfully submits this letter in advance of the sentencing of defendant Michael Williams. Williams or the defendant, scheduled for November 17th, 2021 at 12 p.m. As set forth below, the defendant's applicable guidelines range of imprisonment is 60 to 63 months imprisonment. In his sentencing memorandum filed on November 8th, 2020, the defendant requests that the court impose the statutory minimum of 60 months imprisonment. For the reasons set forth below, particularly given the serious nature of the conduct of conviction and the context in which it was committed, the court should impose a significant term of imprisonment above the applicable guidelines range. The background is the offense conduct. In the early morning hours of June 11th, 2020, the defendant meticulously set fire to make this bigger, I'm blind, to a vehicle, destroying it.
Maliciously.
Yeah, I can't, I just made it bigger. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm always straining to do this. Maliciously set fire to a vehicle, destroying it in order to intimidate and threaten a victim witness in a case pending before this court, hereinafter Jane Doe and her family. As the
But you see,
court
but you see how they put it that this thing had to do with the case, which we know for a fact had nothing to do with Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. We know that without a shadow of a doubt because we saw the cousin arguing with the guy online.
and this malicious act had nothing to do with Robert Sylvester Kelly
Nope.
at all. Period. Okay. As the court is aware, on June 20th of 2019, a grand jury in the Eastern District of New York returned an indictment charging Robert Sylvester Kelly with racketeering involving predicated racketeering acts as 5 different women and 4 Mann Act violations. I'm not going to read that, his docket number and all that. On subsequent dates, the grand jury returned superseding indictments, including on March 12th of 2020, when the grand jury returned a third superseding indictment against Kelly. Among the charges against Kelly in the third superseding indictment were offenses that carried a 10-year mandatory minimum sentence based on Kelly's sexual relationship with Jane Doe. Knowledgeably of the investigation and prosecution against Kelly, as well as Jane Doe's cooperation with the government. The defendant, a relative of an individual who briefly acted as Kelly's publicist.
See, they go another lie. They go another lie.
Wow.
They go another lie. They
She was
trying to
never
say
his
that
publicist.
Cash Jones was his publicist, was Robert's publicist.
She
This is
was
what
not
they're
his
saying.
publicist. She said out her own mouth.
And
She was
we had
supposed to
her
be
on my
she
channel.
said she said when she was on this channel, she was the publicist for the Savages. That's
But
when
you
she
see,
went to the premiere ads.
but you see how the government can lie with no proof. There's no pay stub showing that she worked for him. There's nothing. Why did they not? Oh my God, y'all, you don't know how upset I am right now. But this is how they lie, lie, lie. And Lord, they're gonna bust hell wide open for pushing these lies. All of them. Bust hell wide open with
Yeah.
gasoline drawers.
Yeah. Jane Doe's cooperation with the government. I'll read that again. The defendant, a relative of an individual who briefly acted as Kelly's publicist, individual one, engaged in the conduct of conviction to intimidate and threaten Jane Doe with the intent to
Hold
prevent.
on a second. What I'm gonna do, y'all, since I want to show you proof, I'm gonna go to my backup channel. Now I'm not going there. I'm gonna take a preset from my backup channel of her saying what her position was. Her on my channel talking about what the lies. This is
And
ridiculous.
she stated for a fact she never worked or did anything for Robert. She said she was a publicist for the Savages. That's what she went in as. That's what she went to New York as. That's how she got access to the premiere. She was invited by them as their publicist.
So stop believing the lies, y'all. There's 128 of you guys in this chat. You guys know that this is a lie. You know it. Even the ops, you know it's a lie. So stop. Go
That's
ahead.
sad.
I'm
It's
sorry.
heartbreaking.
It is. It is. You gotta play fair.
You
Oh
can't,
my
but he
God.
he he can't win if you're playing dirty. But you know who can get him out of this? But one person, and that's God. And he's going to make a way because we all see with the reading and studying and all that we've done that this is clearly malicious, like they said, intent to destroy this man. And it's very sad. He is the real victim here. Okay. Specifically, on the evening of June 10th of 2020 through the early hours of June 11th, 2020, the defendant and his stepson had traveled in the defendant's GMC Yukon from the vicinity of his residence in Valdosta, Georgia, to a house in the area of Florida where Jane Doe was living at the time. Surveillance video from a gas station and a pilot travel center in Valdosta, Georgia, shows that the defendant and his stepson filled the car fuel tank as well as two red containers with gasoline that they placed in the back of his car before making the lengthy drive to Florida. After arriving at Jane Doe's house at approximately 2:50 a.m. on
Hold
June
on, hold
11th,
on, hold on a second. Did she testify? She never testified at all. She never testified. She never testified, little Rico. She did not testify at all.
this is very dangerous to be putting his name in. He has nothing to do with this. Okay, so as well as two red containers with gasoline that they placed in the back of his car before making the lengthy drive to Florida. After arriving at Jane Doe's house at approximately 2:50 a.m. on June 11, 2020, the defendant and his stepson, using the gasoline that they had purchased en route to Jane Doe's home as a accelerant set fire to a black SUV, the vehicle parked outside the home where Jane Doe and her family were staying, as seen on surveillance footage from the vicinity of the crime scene. After setting fire to the car at approximately 2:53 a.m., the defendant then drove the scene at a high rate of speed, then then fled the scene at a high rate of speed. Subsequently, the defendant drove back to Valdosta, Georgia. Individual one was herself involved in the scheme with Kelly's associate Donnell Russell to intimidate another of Kelly's victims to stop speaking publicly about Kelly and withdraw a civil lawsuit against Kelly. See United States versus Don Russell. As part of this intimidation scheme, individual one confronted one of Kelly's victims, who was subsequently referred to as Jane Doe number 6 in the Kelly case, while she was in New York for a premiere at the Lifetime. Oh my God. Oh my God. While
Yeah,
she was at,
we just watched
oh my
the
God.
documentary. I mean the interview with Don Russell in regards to Jane Doe number 6, um, where he's being charged, and y'all, I am so
No, but
angry.
remember that Cash got online said that she never threatened this girl. Okay. And you play that later. Go.
I'm gonna play it for you guys
Oh,
because this is getting
oh.
ridiculous. This is a thing that makes you so mad because it's lies, and this man is in jail because of lies. People have lied on him, and
And he
he's
had
in jail
nothing to
because of
do with any of this.
rumors.
Yeah, but where is he? He had nothing to do with any of this.
You see how
Anyway,
they can
wow.
attach anything without any proof. But listen to this. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead. Listen to read it.
Who was subsequently referred to as Jane Doe number 6 in the Kelly case, while she was in New York for the premiere of the Lifetime documentary Surviving R. Kelly. As Jane Doe 6 testified at the Kelly's trial during a conversation which occurred at an Applebee's restaurant, individual one, who was with a man, one referred to as her security guard. Oh my God. Yeah. Another, among other things, told her she worked for Kelly and showed Jane Doe 6 new photos of herself and advised her that Kelly planned on releasing these photographs if Jane Doe number 6 and the other accusers moved forward with the documentary. Further, as Jane Doe number 6 and her mother each testified in Kelly, the male stood in the corner of the restaurant and each saw that he had a gun under his jacket. Notable, during an interview with law enforcement, individual one advised that she was with Williams at the Applebee's where the conversation occurred. In addition, flight records show that Williams and individual one flew together from Fort Lauderdale, Florida to LaGuardia Airport in Queens, New York earlier that day, 12/14 of 2018 on Spirit Airline, and both left New York the following day, 12/5 of 18. At the time of the defendant's at the time the defendant committed the arson, four adults, including Jane Doe, and two children were inside the home. After discovering that the vehicle was on fire, the family made multiple calls to 911. One of the adults reported to law enforcement, in part and in substance, that upon hearing an explosion, she or he ran outside of the house and saw an individual fleeing from the scene of the fire, whose arm appeared to be lit on fire. During reviews of the crime scene, fire investigators determined that an accelerant was used to set fire to the vehicle. At the scene, investigators discovered a red container consistent with those seen in the Pilot Travel Center surveillance footage, as well as a black hooded sweatshirt with damage to one of the sleeves, consistent with a sweatshirt worn by one of the two individuals, the defendant and his stepson. Captured in the Pilot Travel Center surveillance footage, the vehicle, which was rented in Florida by Jane Doe.
Hold on a second. Dietra? Yes, they are charging Don Russell with the bomb threat, but aren't they charging? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Definitely, they are charging Don Russell. And you guys, I have the documents on that earlier. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
The vehicle, which was rented in Florida by Jane Doe's father from an Enterprise rent-a-car, sustained substantial damage as a result of the arson. Significantly, fire investigators also determined that accelerant was present along some of all of the outside perimeter of the home. As As discussed in more detail below, the government's investigation revealed that, among other things, the defendant used his Google account to conduct search in preparation for and to avoid detection of his criminal activities by A, looking up Jane Doe's residence multiple times online, both before and shortly after he committed the charged arson. B, viewing multiple YouTube videos related to Jane Doe, as well as visiting several websites about women who had made allegations against Kelly and news about Kelly's case. C, searching websites that contain the statutory language for several of the same charges filed against Kelly, including transportation of minors, coercion and enticement, and racketeering. D, researching whether one could travel to Florida without a license plate. E, looking up the extradition laws of various countries. F, researching the laws and penalties related to federal witness intimidation and witness tampering statutes. And G, searching for where he could buy a custom machine gun. And H, gathering information about how fertilizer and diesel fuel bomb works. B, the defendant's arrest and guilty plea. On August 11th of 2020, the defendant was arrested on a complaint at a hotel in Pompano Beach, Florida, located in the Southern District of Florida. At the time of his arrest, a consent search of the hotel room where the defendant was staying revealed a 9 millimeter high point handgun with a obliterated serial number that contained 9 rounds of ammunition inside. The handgun contained 1 round in the chamber and the remaining 8 rounds in the magazine. The gun was in a black holster located in a black Armorall bag. Enterprise is a business that operates in the interstate commerce and who headquarters is located outside of Florida, New York. Okay, on September 23rd of 2020, a grand jury sitting in the Eastern District of New York charged the defendant in a 2-count indictment with witness tampering in violation of 18 USC 1512B1, count 1, and arson in violation of 18 USC 844I, count 2, the indictment. On April 19th of 2020, the defendant pled guilty before this court to count 2 of the indictment. The sentencing guideline range as applicable statutory terms of imprisonment, as set forth in the pre-sentence investigation report. The probation department has determined that the defendant has an adjusted offense level of 26 based on the following: base offense level plus offense committed to conceal another offense, total. Given a total adjusted offense level of 23 due to the 3-point reduction for early acceptance of responsibility and a criminal history category of 2, probation has calculated the defendant's advisory guidelines imprisonment range to be 51 through 63. However, given his conviction of count 2 of the indictment, the defense faces a statutory minimum sentence of 60 years in prison, resulting in an applicable guideline of 60 to
60
63
months.
months.
So you put 60 years, 60 months.
60 to 63 months imprisonment. The plea agreement executed by the parties in this case estimate that the applicable guidelines range is 60 to 71 months imprisonment based on the government's calculation that the defendant's criminal history places him in the criminal history category 3. This calculation was premised on the separate treatment of sentences imposed on the defendant in 2004 and 2006. Specifically, in 2004 and 2006, the defendant's probation was revoked and he subsequently received amended sentences of 11 years confinement and 5 years 5 years confinement respectfully related to prior conviction for burglary and grand theft in Florida. Depending on the circumstances under which these sentences were imposed, each amended sentence could be counted separately under the guidelines, which is what is reflected in the plea agreement. As set forth in the PSR, as is it is unclear from the records when the defendant committed the conduct noted above. It is unclear if there was an intervening arrest, and per USSG 4A 1.2 A, 2, and B, the two cases are being treated as a single sentence. Further, probation has advised that they have not yet received the requested records, which could provide additional information relevant to these amended sentences. Absent the additional request information or sufficient information of the relevant facts regarding these convictions from the defendant regarding the 2004 and 2006 amended sentences prior to the defendant's sentencing in this case, the the I guess that skips whatever the discussion. It is well settled law that a sentencing court should consider all of the 3553A factors to determine whether they support the sentence request by a party. And so it may not presume that the guidelines range is reasonable. It must make an individualized assessment based on the facts presented. And that's the case study there. One, the nature and circumstances of the offense and the history and characteristics of the defendant. And number two is the need for the sentence imposed. A, to reflect the seriousness of the offense, to promote respect for the law, and to provide just punishment for the offense. B, to afford adequate deterrence to criminal conduct. C, to protect the public from further crimes of the defendant. As set forth in further detail below, the Section 3553A factors plainly warrant a significant above guideline sentence. A, nature and circumstances of the offense. Here, the nature and circumstance of the defendant's conduct are nothing short of egregious. First, notwithstanding the defendant's description of his actions as a grave mistake, defendant's motion at 2, the cold and calculated manner in which the defendant carried out the arson cannot be ignored. The defendant's conduct was not done on a whim or under stress, rather, it was cold, calculated, and premeditated. As discussed above, a search of the defendant's Google account revealed that prior to committing the arson, the defendant clearly researched Jane Doe. For example, on April 10th, 2020, the defendant searched the address of the home where Jane Doe was living on multiple occasions. And in May of 2020, the defendant viewed multiple YouTube videos about Jane Doe. The defendant also considered ways in which he could avoid detection.
Hold on, hold on. Did they just say the defendant reviewed video? Hold on, hold on. So what we watch could be part of something if they want to put something against you.
That's what it's saying.
Because he watched videos of her? Really, people? Government? Oh my God, Lord. Okay.
Mm-mm-mm.
This is
The,
so freaking unfair. You know, he knows, Angelo knows what was going on between him and Michael. He knows, but you know what, Angelo? Your day is coming. Your day is coming. I promise you that. Allah, whoever you call your God, sees what you're doing, see the lies that you guys have put out. Your day is coming. I guarantee you that. That's a promise. God is going, He sees it all. He sees it all. And what suffering you see, you're going to see so much suffering until you repent and ask God for forgiveness and tell the truth on this man. You are going to get yours. You knew what kind of relationship you and this guy had nothing to do with Robert Sylvester Kelly.
yeah,
But I believe there's a God who sits high and looks low of everything that is happening because I believe that. I believe that. And if anything that you guys see that happens to Angelo, and it has nothing to do with that, it's him getting what he deserve. What he deserve.
mm,
Leslie, the guy took the plea because he was guilty of him setting the
he
car
did
on
it.
fire.
Yeah,
He did. He set the car on fire. But all this extra stuff that the government is putting him watching video, all of us watch video. Every single last one of us watch video. That was the case that was going on. I mean, come on, people.
I think this was
Oh my
probably
God, it makes
had
me
n-
so angry.
it had nothing to do with Robert. I think it may have been a personal relationship that it had something to do with Cash and him and all of that mess.
Yes.
I don't know if they was sleeping together or what, but I don't know. Anyway,
But this is, I mean, y'all,
this
I'm
has nothing to
telling you,
do with
Lord,
Robert.
your Lord, if you are, oh my God, y'all don't know, oh my, and I have no
Again,
words. I have no
again,
words.
again, this is not even Robert's character to be involved in all this foolishness. It's just crazy. The defendant also,
But
hmm?
go ahead, Tanya. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. The defendant also considered ways in which he could avoid detection after committing his crime by, for an example, removing or otherwise concealing his license plate, using one of his Google accounts to government does not object to probation calculation of the defendant's criminal history category. Photographs of the defendant's car from toll plazas on the route between Georgia and Florida late in the early mornings of June 11, 2020, reflect that the defendant did, in fact, make the drive to and from Florida without a license plate. Significantly, a license plate reader in Georgia captured Williams' GMC Yukon in Hayhara, Georgia, early in the evening of June 10th at approximately 7:25 p.m., where its rear license plate clearly they got this all over the place. Clearly, searched on April 13th, 2020, can you drive in Florida without a tag as long as you have insurance on your car? Or by potentially fleeing the country using another Google account to search for countries that don't have extradition with the United States. On June 7th of 2020 and June 9th of 2020, prior to committing the crime of conviction, the defendant even conducted an online search for can I buy a .5 custom machine gun. At every stage of his planning, the defendant had an opportunity to abandon his intentions. Notwithstanding, he drove approximately 225 miles over several hours between Valdosta, Georgia, and Jane Doe's home in Florida to carry out his crime, stopping on the way to purchase 2 containers of gasoline, which he used to carry out the arson. And as reflected in Williams' receipts from that evening, snacks including lifesavers, chocolate chip cookies, and 4 cans of Red Bull from the long journey. Furthermore, the callous nature of the defendant's conduct cannot be overstated. The defendant not only drove to Jane Doe's home in the middle of the night and set fire to the vehicle, but most disconcerting, the fire investigators also discovered accelerant surrounding the perimeter of the house. The presence of an accelerant around the perimeters of the house shows that but for being interrupted by one of the perpetrators' arm mistakenly being set on a flame while setting fire to the vehicle. The defendant's plan also included arson of the house in which Jane Doe and her family were staying. If the defendant had succeeded in setting fire to the house, it would have no doubt resulted in additional destruction of property, but more significantly, could have led to tragic loss of life. Wow. His actions reflect that, at best, he had no regard to the safety of Jane Doe, her family, and that of the emergency personnel who responded to the scene, and would have had to tackle a house fire if the defendant's plan was fully executed, or worse, intentionally sought to cause substantial harm or even death to one of more individuals. The fear instilled the fear instilled in Jane Doe and her family upon discovering the fire outside can be readily heard on the multiple 911 calls pleading for the fire department to come as soon as possible to the house. In particular, during the more than 10 minutes wait for the firefighters to reach the house, Jane Doe's mother, who had been sleeping with her son, alerted her to the fire. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see. 10 minutes waiting for Jane Doe's mother, who had been sleeping with her son, alerted her to the fire, can be heard becoming increasingly frantic, terrified that the flames from the vehicle were starting to reach the rear of another car, which was parked directly in front of the section of the house. And she strongly feared that the other car would explode and cause the house to catch fire. On the call, Jane Doe's mother can be heard telling the 911 operator that her grandchildren, whose cries can be heard in the background of the 911 calls, were in the house and they were unsure if it was safe to remain in the house given the fire risk. Crime scene photographs reflected that the heated flames from the vehicle did, in fact, begin to melt the back of the sedan parked directly in front of the house. The
Hold on a
damage,
second. Hold on. Do you guys remember the picture? Her taking the picture, her with her fingers up on in front of the car, the burnt car. Who do that? Who take pictures of a burnt car? You take a picture of the car itself, but now you pose in front of the car.
mm,
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Tanya. Sorry.
the damage did get dangerously close to the vicinity of the car's fuel tank. The danger that the house would catch fire if flames from the car's approach was especially visible, demonstrating that William removed the rear license plate before he traveled to Jane Doe's house in an attempt to avoid detection by law enforcement. Acute here, given the fire investigators discovered accelerant that had been placed around the perimeter of the house. The defendant also gave no regard to the safety of his 20-year-old stepson, he recruited to engage in this serious crime with him. Though the defendant's sentence submission attempts to emphasize Williams' dedication to his family and his role as a father figure to his stepchildren, Williams' decision to entangle his stepson in this dangerous criminal activity belies claims that he both act as a proper role model and has the best interests of those around him in mind. In addition, the search of the defendant's Google account revealed that on June 15th of 2020, just 4 days after the date of the arson, he again searched the address of the residence, suggesting a possible intention of his returning to Jane Doe's home. Disturbingly, a review of the defendant's Google account further revealed that on June 21st of 2020, after the defendant had already carried out the arson, the defendant searched for fertilizer and diesel fuel and subsequently visited websites titled How Do Fertilizer Bomb Work? Detonation properties of mixtures of ammonium nitrate based fertilizers and fuels, and why fertilizer can be an explosive mixture. Next, standing alone, the defendant's acts of setting fire to the vehicle was serious. However, the defendant's motive behind the arson, preventing or otherwise altering Jane Doe's testimony through intimidation and retaliation in order to obstruct the government's case against Kelly, cannot and should not
Oh
be
my
ignored.
God.
I don't want to read
Against.
that part.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
The
Go
evidence of
ahead.
the evidence of the defendant's intention in committing this crime is apparent. As a preliminary matter, the defendant was clearly aware of not only the government's investigation and prosecution of Kelly, but of Jane Doe's connection to the case as a potential witness. On or about December 20th, 2019, the defendant accompanied individual one to a voluntary interview with federal agents related to the government's investigation of Kelly. In or about January 2020, Jane Doe began cooperating with federal law enforcement. Several news outlets thereafter reported that Jane Doe was cooperating with federal law enforcement. Jane Doe also maintained a presence on social media in which she publicly discussed how Kelly physically and mentally abused her. The government's investigation revealed that on May 23rd of 2020 and May 25th of 2020, prior to the defendant committing the arson, the defendant visited several websites about female individuals who had made allegations against Kelly. He also searched Surviving R. Kelly News and R. Kelly News. As noted above, the defendant had also done multiple searches specifically related to Jane Doe. The government's investigation also revealed that individual number one, who was also present when the defendant was arrested, had also previously warned Jane Doe's parents to keep Jane Doe from continuing to speak publicly about Kelly, stating, among other things, that it might be wise for you to protect your daughter from heartache she's going to endure through this and after. And all may want to think about that because right now you got Jane Doe out here looking crazy, honestly. Moreover, the defendant's own conduct shortly after his crime reveals his motive behind the arson, telling Tellingly, on June 28th of 2020, after having committed the arson, the defendant conducted a search for witness intimidation and case law for tampering with witnesses, and visited websites laying out the statutory language and penalties of Title 18 United States Code Section 1512, witness tampering, and 1513, witness retaliation. And on July 9th of 2020, the defendant visited websites that contain the statutory language for Title 18 United States Code Section 2423, transportation of minors, 2422,
Oh my
coercion
God, yeah.
and
So now,
enticement.
guys, hold on, Tanya. Hold on. I gotta break in on this. So, guys, all of us that has searched about all of this stuff here, the government, how the law and all that,
They better
I
not get my computer.
I guess they're gonna be trying to come after us. But let me tell you something, government. I am a YouTuber. I have the right. I'm just like a press, a reporter. Okay, I do have rights to report news. I do searches to report news. Okay, so you better back off of me. Because you know what? Yeah, all of us who have searched stuff, who have been investigating, so they could come and search our computers too, y'all. But, oh,
I'm
Jesus.
not worried.
But you know how many times these ops have said so much negativity about me? About
Hmm.
me, I doxed
But
this
but R.
person, I
Kelly doesn't even know this
person, or
man.
oh my God. Yes, but look what they did. He didn't know him. He didn't know them, but they still put it against him. They still saying it's connected to Robert. You see how tricky and dirty they are? They're dirty. Period. They are
Wow.
dirty. And who to say him and Angelo didn't have an agreement to burn up the car for insurance purposes? You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what. Let me just shut up. Let me just shut up. Shut up,
Tampering,
Sylvia.
yeah.
Shut up.
Tampering with a let me tell you, like you tell, mute yourself, Sylvia. Mute yourself. Mute. Push the mute
Why?
button. No, I'm just kidding. I said like you tell
No,
us.
no, that's the way I feel. You're right. Perspective me. It obviously, they don't give a damn about rights. They don't. You know.
No,
But
it's
you know what?
dirty.
One thing about me, I am willing to go to jail for what I believe in. Okay, if I believe that a person, what you're doing is wrong. If you come and get me and put me in jail, oh well. But trust me, God is going to use me in that prison. All right.
Let-
I just want to tell that warning for you,
Can I say?
government.
I know, right? Can I say
I ain't
something to
scared of
everybody in
y'all.
the chat?
Hold
Yeah,
on.
I know. Hmm? Can you hear me?
No, I muted. So you told me to
Oh,
mute.
oh. Okay, I'm gonna finish reading it. Okay, so tampering with a witness, a victim. Wait a minute. Tampering with a witness, victim, or an informant. 18 U.S. Code 1512. The evidence is clear thereafter that this was not a simple case of arson. The defendant used this dangerous and potentially deadly intimidation tactic in order to prevent Jane, Jane Doe's cooperation with the government and testimony at trial. Williams' criminal history also warrants a significant above guideline sentence. His recent criminal activity was in no way arbitrational. He has a lengthy criminal history that dates back to his first arrest in 1998 as a minor. I think you can be talking about minor crimes, right? Much of which is not reflected in his criminal history points. The defendant's criminal activities include, among other things, multiple conviction for burglary, grand theft, fraudulent use of identification documents, fraudulent use of a credit card, as well as additional arrests for other violations of the law. Moreover, the defendant violated his probation on multiple occasions, resulting in increased sentences. After each arrest, conviction, and term of imprisonment, the defendant had an opportunity to choose a law abiding life. He did not do so. Indeed, even after being sentenced to lengthy terms of imprisonment, including terms of imprisonment of 5 years and 11 years, the defendant escalated to the serious criminal conduct for which he has been convicted. Not only has the defendant continually engaged in criminal activity generally prior to committing the instant the instant offense, he was no stranger to schemes using intimidation towards contamination or tactics to threaten Kelly's victims. What? As noted above, Williams acted as a security guard.
I'm sorry, I have to scream on that one.
As a security
Damn.
guard. As noted above, Williams acted as a security guard during a previous scheme to intimidate Jane Doe 6 during the meeting at the Applebee's where he had been armed with a gun. When individual 1 threatened Jane Doe 6 with exposure of compromising photographs because of her participation in the surviving R. Kelly document. This is making me really tired.
Oh, just makes me want to scream, y'all, because how dirty they are. They dirty, dirty, dirty. I mean, oh my God, I thought it was like truth is supposed to be on this document.
Everybody in the chat right now, if y'all could just pray for R. Kelly, please.
Please pray for him. Please. I mean, sincerely pray. Stop all that other stuff. Sincerely pray for him because they just, oh my God, this is so freaking unfair. Where's the real justice in this world? Where?
Yeah,
They can do anything. Anything.
just pray for him,
Lord, where
guys.
are you, Father? Where are you in this?
Yeah, just pray for him. It makes me really sad. Do we want to read the rest of this? Because it's talking about his case. Do you want to read the rest? It's not very much left, but
Yeah, let's just read it. Just read it. Then we'll talk about it afterwards. Let's just read it. Because
okay.
people need to know the seriousness and the dirty tricks that the government play. I mean, hopefully somebody in the YouTube world, somebody who knows laws, who somebody would see this and make a difference. That's what I'm praying that somebody out there,
Lord,
anybody.
let's pray for Jennifer too. Jennifer Bogine.
Yeah, we have to pray for
Pray
her. We
for
have
her
to pray.
too. Okay, so significantly, even up until the moment of his arrest, the defendant was again brazenly violating the law by having in his hotel room a loaded firearm, notable with a obliterated serial number. After having been whatever, Kelly was in fact charged with violation of Section 2421, not sections. This is all mixed up. They got this paperwork. Convicted of a felony. Research how to acquire machine gun. Okay, given the defendant's flagrant and consistent failure to follow the law, the defendant's claim that he now looks forward to putting his past chapter of his life behind him and becoming an upstanding and contribution member of society rings hollow. An above guideline sentence is warranted in order to adequately deter the defendant from continued illegal conduct. In addition, a significant sentence is not only necessary to deter the defendant, but also all the world that would be arsonists, as well as all those who would seek to intimidate or harm witnesses in order to obstruct investigations and court proceedings. Reflect the seriousness of the offense, promote respect for the law, and provide just punishment for the offense. The judicial system cannot function if individuals turn to obstructive tactics and serious crimes in order to pervert the course of justice, or if witnesses have to fear interference or retaliation if they come forward. As the court is aware, the Kelly case involved charges of particular sensitive nature. Victims, particularly those of crimes involved related to sexual assault, are often reluctant to come forward given the trauma and stigma associated with publicly discussing their experiences. Here, Jane Doe's trauma was compounded by the frightening experience of having someone come to her home in the middle of the night and set fire to a car in her driveway, as well as the fear that others would try to similarly retaliate against her. If victims and witnesses are concerned, that this type of conduct will not be adequately punished. It could chill victims from outcry and stall investigation due to lack of cooperation from witnesses. The negative effects on the criminal justice system cannot be overstated, and this type of conduct cannot be tolerated under the law. A significant sentence above the applicable guidelines range, a range which does not account for this aspect of the defendant's conduct, therefore, is necessary in order to clearly reflect the seriousness of the offense, promote respect for the law, and to provide just punishment, protection of the public from further crimes of the defendant. Finally, a significant above guideline sentence is necessary in order to protect the public from the defendant. As discussed above, the defendant's conduct of conviction reflected a complete disregard for the safety of others and likely intent to cause. During a post arrest interview after waiving his Miranda rights, Williams stated that while the gun found in the hotel room was not his, he may have moved it so his fingerprints may be on the gun. Williams further stated that in the previous year, he had borrowed the gun in order to confront an individual who he claimed had been following individual one. There they got this all mixed up. Substantially harm or injury to Jane Doe in seeking to intimidate Jane Doe or worse in order to prevent her from testifying against Kelly. The defendant not only violated the law but also arrogantly and dangerously sought to take the law into his own hands to obstruct the government's investigation. Moreover, the defendant's troubling research for information on machine guns and materials to make bombs demonstrates the defendant's poses a risk to the victims and other witnesses who testify against Kelly as well as the public general. Conclusion: for foregoing reasons, the court should sentence the defendant to a significant above guideline range of imprisonment. Respectfully, the U.S. I don't even read these people. So you can go down, that's it. Sylvia?
I'm here. Do y'all want to see the exhibit that they have in here? Because I have the exhibit. I have the exhibit. I can show it to you guys. I'm pissed off right now. Part of me just want to end this live and just I'm just pissed right now. I'm emotional. I'm gonna admit to you guys, I'm emotional because I have no words right now. I have no words right now.
His case has nothing to do with this. I don't even know why he's being mentioned in this.
I have
From what I've been told about, I don't know, just
this is a car. Hey Daniel. Daniel, I need answers, Daniel, because you always in here giving some legal breakdown of some things. I need this guy sentenced now. He will seek to lie on R. Kelly to exchange for a sentence reduction. Say that Kelly asked him to intimidate her. If Kelly called or wrote him, he may be in trouble. No, the guy's in jail with him. The guy still he never got out of jail. He never got bail. He's still in jail with him.
No, I think he's saying if you talk to him prior to this
No, he
happening.
never talked to him at all. Never talked to him. He never talked to him. He don't know him. Hold on a second. Let me let me put the link in for anybody who wants to come in.
I should have read it before so I could have prepared myself for. It's really sad.
Chris, I know what we said. It'll be all right. For me not to worry, but Robert has been convicted, right? We thought that he wouldn't even be where he is right now, right? And we know for a fact there are so many lies that have been said, so many lies that have been placed against him, and slowly things are coming to unravel. Truth is coming, but this man has spent this amount of years in jail, and I know everything happens for a purpose and a reason, and I know he's not a perfect person. I know that there are consequences that happens in life when you know but guys, when somebody lies on you, when somebody I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this is blatant stuff that you see right here, guys. Right here. Right here. Ah. I also think about the guy that's in get ready to go to death row right now. That man, Julius Jones, right? When the friend is the one who actually killed and admitted that he killed um those people, but meanwhile he's still in death row. He spent 22, 23 years in jail. What about those situations, guys? What about that? This is the stuff that makes me really I don't know. Hey, Miss Fa.
How are you?
I'm upset. I'm pissed. Anything that you could think about above I am right now, because I can't understand the unfairness in this world. I can't. I can't.
Yeah, it's really sad, but I think it'll be. I think everything will be okay.
I
Like,
understand everything could be okay, but he has spent almost 3 years in jail. He has been convicted. You understand what I'm saying about that, Miss
mm-hmm,
Fa?
mm-hmm. I do. Like, it's just odd that they tied him into that. It's like he doesn't know that man, so why are they tying him into that? Because they had somebody investigate that, and they showed that he didn't know him. I thought that he wasn't even involved with that anymore. I thought that was on something. That was something different.
Yeah, like someone said, I think they'll fix it. I don't think they're going to tie it into Robert's sentencing
They
or
have
anything of that.
already. They have already, guys. I'm telling you, I was in court. You guys did not listen to the closing argument of those people. You they have already put this in Robert's case. The closing argument talked about this.
Mm.
It talked
Wow.
about this. It talked about the car being blown up. It talked about the Don Russell stuff. It talked about it. I was there. I listened to the closing argument of those people.
So was he sentenced to pardon? Well, so I'm not sentenced, but so was.
He's getting sentenced this coming Wednesday. This is the sentencing this coming Wednesday. That's why I read it to you guys. We won't be able to hear it because they made sure we're not. And I noticed that they didn't allow that to be on a phone call. But other cases are on phone call. But we just have to wait till the documents come out. Then I will pull it and I will let you guys see how much time they gave him. But of course, the news probably will get you the information.
Oh yeah, they'll be on the. Well, you said they can't be on the phone, but they'll get the information.
Yeah, because there's some reporters are gonna be there in the courtroom, and if you go to Twitter, they'll tell you how much time the guy got. But you notice one thing in
What?
the plea agreement, you didn't hear them saying that he confessed to be playing part of it. You noticed that? It didn't say that. Like in I'm not trying to bring Larry in and again, but in Larry's it talk about Larry helping the government with cases, and that's why they shortened the time. This guy had it didn't say that
So he
because
didn't
they
work with the government?
no, it didn't say that. Mm-mm,
Oh, okay.
mm-mm.
I
Because you
don't
notice
know.
the
People
time that they give.
sketchy.
No, the last time, remember we pulled the information for Larry to shut it inside the paperwork.
Yeah, it did say that he was working on working on his case. Well, he was helping. He was helping the
The other cases that his
government.
friend, yeah.
Yeah.
This guy here doesn't say. That's why they're trying to give him the maximum time. They're not giving him any leniency. They're asking the judge to give him maximum time because he didn't help them.
Oh, and let's see. I thought he did.
No, no, no. It says they putting the cases together, and if you see, it says that the only thing they gave him, they didn't even let. They added two more points. It made it 26 points for him.
Oh wow.
So they're asking for him to get between 61 and 63 months. 60, 63 months. They're not
Dang, how
trying
much
to
time
take
is
in.
that?
Mm-mm. That's 5 years. That's 5 years and 3 months.
Ooh.
Tish, I'm trying not to lose faith. I'm trying not to.
Yeah, don't lose faith. Don't lose faith. Um, they just playing a dirty game like they always do, and that's just it's unfortunate. That's the game they play. But we'll just
I,
keep
I, I don't mean
praying.
I don't mean to be an emotional right now, but I'm just tired of the injustice that goes on in this world. I'm tired of it. Every time we think we're going forward, it seems like we're going backwards.
Yeah,
And you cannot tell me the justice system is fair to us.
it's definitely not.
Well, I heard someone say once before, a system that was not made to protect you is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It
Uh
wasn't
huh.
it wasn't made to be just. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It was made to be fair to us. It's doing exactly what it was made to do. And until those laws change, mainly the Mann Act and things of that nature, um, we'll never get. I mean, you just we. That's why it's so important that we vote, not just for president, but you
And vote
know,
for people who have our best interests. Not
yeah.
because the person is the same color as you or same party. Vote for what they saying and what they're gonna do for what you believe in.
People don't do that. They vote for, like you said, they vote for people's, skin color
Their skin color
and who's
and
cool and
party
who's trendy.
affiliation. Yes.
I do believe what someone in the chat says, that maybe this is a test for Rob to sit him down so he can see the snakes and get them gone, and then he'll bring
Hmm.
him home. So
Yeah.
that way he knows who the snakes are now, because when people were telling him this person's not good, this person's not good, he gave people chances. So now he sees the snakes. They're not they're hissing now, because snakes hiss, but in his case they weren't hissing, they were kissing him on his cheek. So now he hears the hiss of the snakes, and so he knows who they are. So God is like, sit down for a minute, babe, let's get these people away from you, we're going to get you home, you can start your life all over again, let the second part of your life be the best part of your life you know so now he knows this is maybe a lesson in it all. It's hurtful that one man can be subject to so much disjustice and evilness. It's disheartening to the utmost to
Right.
see.
And the thing is, guys, none of us is saying that this man is an angel. None of us is saying that he's perfect. Nobody's saying
Right.
that. Because every single one of us have our issues. Every single one of us, right? But to do such unfair things and just plotting against him, and you know in your heart that you are doing wrong. You know in your heart that what you have done is not true at all. But you continue. You see this man just be convicted. I mean, just a conviction alone, and you still standing there with the lies. That's the problem that I have. You have no heart. You're dirty.
They don't have no soul.
Nothing but the love for the love of money. And you
Right.
still trying to make $1. And you still freaking struggling. And you're gonna struggle for the rest of your life because what you have done to this man is wrong. That's why God elevated him and you still begging.
They karma's coming. It may not be today or tomorrow, but it's coming. You can't do evil on people. You can't do evil to people and then not expect that to fall back on you eventually. You can't run away
Because
from it forever.
no, because God don't bless no mess.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
You can't run away from the evil you do forever. You just can't.
Yes, 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 yes.
That's okay. Them people suffering right now, like they may not show it on the outside, but inside, internally, like they're suffering. You can't see it, but they are.
Okay, I'm about to get off this. I just wanted to share this with you guys. It's the sentences on the 17th. I have nothing else to say. I will
Okay.
continue to pray for Robert.
Yes.
I will continue to do whatever I need to do as a person. There's not much I can do other than just providing you guys with information. But I know there is a God.
Mm-hmm.
I believe there is a God, but I also believe there is evil in this world as well, you know? And I believe God does not allow things to happen unless He knows the person can handle it, right? And I know that. But as a human being and that's flesh and blood and that has um imperfection, um and have and I know I'm not supposed to worry, I'm not supposed to doubt, but
I mean, you're human. Like you're gonna worry, you're gonna doubt, but you just got to keep praying. But you're gonna have those. You're gonna have worries and doubts, like we all do.
yeah.
But you just got to continue to be focused and keep doing what you're doing.
Mm. Yeah, let's all pray for Robert tonight. Send a special prayer up to him and Jennifer and the whole team.
Even his enemies. We have to pray for the enemies too. Even the enemies.
Okay, if you say
I know
so.
you said okay, but you do have to pray for his enemies because you have to.
Yeah, it'll be brief though.
Oh my God, my God.
And I just wanted to say one thing. I like your avatar.
Which avatar?
Who else is on here? Miss Tanya. It's Tanya, right?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
you a Delta too?
Yes.
Yes, sister. Yes, sister.
I'm a me find me, but I'm a honorary Delta.
Absolutely.
Hi, sister. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank what chapter?
Alpha side.
Okay.
Okay,
Hear
okay,
me?
okay. Okay, guys. I'm gonna get off this live. And I'm getting ready to set up for the people who want to watch the interview. I'm gonna do that in a few minutes.
I didn't get the link.
Send me the email and I'll send you the link.
Will do. 10-4.
Good night, sister.
Good
Good
night,
night, guys.
sister. Have a good day.
You too.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
I'm about to go, guys. I just want to give you guys information, and once they give him his sentencing, I will be back to give y'all the sentence. Okay. Please, please, please keep Robert in your prayer. Keep the attorneys in your prayer. Even his enemies, please, guys. Keep them in your prayer. We must pray for them as well because there's something inside of them that's missing that they don't know God, the God that we know. So forgive me for being human. Forgive me for reacting the way I have, but I'm telling you guys, I'm tired of the injustice. I really am tired of the injustice. So on that note, I'm gonna say this the little spit they'll say, free R. Kelly. And I'm going to play Peter's song, which I haven't played in a while because I need it right now. I really, really feel the need for me to play the song Free R. Kelly because I before I let it go, I'm gonna play it.
This is for Robert, Sylvester girl, I can see you walking out through that open door. This is for Robert, Sylvester girl, make your way and get out to the place where you belong. Just like you, the tunnel empty for the wicked people. Do 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 yo. Do 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 do, do do do, do do do, America, free Macaulay, son of the Most High. I'm standing up for Robert Kelly. African, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Free Macaulay. I'm standing up for Robert Kelly. African, stand up for Kelly. Everybody, Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. We are free Macaulay. for Robert Sylvester Kelly. God has heard your cry and has come to change it all. It's not been easy from your beginning. From your foundation, God is gonna walk it all right. Hey, you liars, will Lord you Kelly, hey. To the betrayers, there, do, 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 yo. Do, 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 hey. Do, 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 hey. Do, 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 hey. America, no way, free Macaulay, son of the Most High. Standing up for Robert Kelly. African, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Free Macaulay. Standing up for Robert Kelly. African, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Everybody, free Macaulay. Freedom for our Kelly. Freedom for our Kelly. Oh, oh, oh. Freedom for our Kelly. Freedom for Kelly. Free our Kelly. Son of the Most High. Oh yeah. Do, 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 eh. Oh yeah. Do, 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 eh, eh. Do, 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 eh. America. Set it free. Set it free. Do, 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 eh. Set it free. Do, 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 eh. Do, 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 eh. America. Free our calling. Son of the Most High. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Free our Kelly. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Free my Kelly. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Free my Kelly. Son of the Most High. Why idea? Set him free, all. He's my brother. He's a good man. We all love him in Africa. He's touched millions of lives. Robert Sylvester Kelly, congratulations. You're out. You're out, man. Thank you, Jesus.